This is part 2 of my introduction to teaching your horse the come to get me trick or pick me up trick, whatever you would like to call it. Where I like to start is with a bucket, not a mounting block, a bucket. I'll show you exactly why later in this video. Side note, teaching my horse to disengage its hindquarters is usually something I do first. I like to think of the bucket as the baby step to the gate or the rock or the trailer, whatever you're going to be asking your horse to come to pick you up off of. The same exercise is what I would do for getting a horse used to weight on their body for the first time. It can double over as the same thing, but I'm kind of more focusing on the horse standing in the right position, which is like the position for mounting. This is actual footage of me teaching Creaker how to stand at the bucket, how to accept weight on his body. At this point, he was still learning just how to accept weight. Creaker is standing while he accepts me putting my weight on him. I can throw a leg over him. I can lean on him. He doesn't walk away from the pressure. So this is like what I want to see before I move to the next stage of the fence. I want to make sure that Creaker is okay with all of my weight on him, with me swinging a leg over him, with me touching all over his body, before I go to trying to do all those things above his head off of a fence, because if he's not okay with it and he moves away from me, that's risking falling. It's also risking falling doing this from a bucket. I'll show you a clip at the very end where I lose balance and I have to catch myself on the horse, which is also great practice. So now we're into part of why I like the round bucket, because when they're first learning, a lot of times they're not just going to stand there perfectly for you. They're going to want to move, and it keeps them just going in a forward motion. If your horse doesn't respect your space and is bratty, they can push you off of the bucket, so you have to be careful for that. That is something that can happen. But here, Creaker's learning about accepting the pressure. He's learning about moving forward around the bucket and stopping where I want him to stop. He doesn't always stop perfect, but then I just keep asking him to go around the bucket and move until he's in the position that I would like him to be in. Once he stops in the position I want him to be in, I reward him, pat him, let him stand. And once he's confident with that, usually I'll move forward to putting my leg on him, weight on him, etc. If your horse doesn't accept that yet, you can stop at just standing and petting. I like to start off with doing all these things in the middle of an open space where I have room. I'm not putting myself in a stationary spot where if the horse were to be dramatic or get scared or spook, they're going to pinch my leg up against a fence or rear up and go over the fence. It's just teaching these things at a safer space for both the horse and the person. Part 3 will be actual doing these steps on the fence for the first time, teaching the horses how to do these using a training stick to disengage or move their hips over to the fence. And the ending clip is me losing balance.